You good?
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Hi, everyone. Uh, my name is Justin Neidinger, and I am here tonight to introduce you to some wonderful players who love to play D&D with me, and if they don't love it, they fake it, and that's amazing. So, we are going to be playing some D&D tonight, and this is DM Saving Throw. I'm just doing a real bang-up job tonight, so let's just kick this right over to Casey in alphabetical order. Here's the players. Go.
Hi, everybody. My name's Byron Bancroft. Nope. My name's Casey Boyd. I'm playing Byron Bancroft. I think I do this every week. Welcome DM Saving Throw. We're completely unprepared. This is how we do this.
It's me. Hi.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tonight, guys.
Stellar.
That's it. We're done. I'm Emily. I play Maeve Donnelly, the monk. And I will honestly be happy if we don't have to deal with Mestercath at all tonight and just get a day off from him because he
Is a
Great.
wonderful person.
no.
And hello, my name is Lisa, and I am playing Nyx, the reborn-ish cleric who is functionally more human than I am tonight. Let's go.
And as you'll all see, Rob is not with us tonight. I believe he's getting robot legs attached. So good job, Rob.
No, tell them what he's really doing.
Robot legs.
That feels like a little foreshadowing for a certain something that might be coming up in a couple of weeks and or months.
I was going to get to that later, but since you've talked about it, give everyone a heads up. We're coming to the end of this campaign, but not the end of the streamcast. That's what we're calling it. So after this is over, say, unless I kill everyone tonight, 4 to 10 episodes from now, we are going to be going into a little bit of Rob-driven content. What is it? Who knows? I won't tell you for at least a little bit more. But after that, we will be going into Campaign 2 proper, which will be run by a lovely bard-playing person. That's right, Casey's going to do Campaign 2 in his homebrew world.
Will I truly understand how to play my character? Only time will tell.
Just in time to learn how to figure out one character.
I know,
I'm just shaking up with the new
I
campaign.
was literally thinking earlier, I was like, I'm gonna have to get on the first stream and be like, listen guys, remember that time I forgot that monks had a second attack? I'm gonna need your help with this one for the first few weeks.
We'll all figure it out together. It'll be just fine.
And as a friendly reminder, Maeve has an accent.
And an extra attack.
Okay, are we really gonna stick to the accents thing? Are we gonna I mean,
Determined. This is my problem. I was thinking about this, and for whatever reason, I am better with finding an accent that I can stick to than coming up with like a different tone or speed or what have you. Because if I just say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this accent," it's so much easier for me to remember and be consistent with. Does that make sense?
Yep.
sure
Whereas,
does.
like, you come up with your voices, which are great, but I would forget it the next week and be speaking in a totally different character voice.
This is the whole
Have you
reason
ever
why
met
I
me?
use my soundboard.
Yeah,
You don't need to call us all out like that. All right, we didn't need the targeted attack on everyone.
You did that one shot, and you did your voice, and then you did it the next week, and you had forgotten, but it was the exact same one, and I was like, I could never do that.
I've only got like 3 voices to rotate through, so thank you.
And I have 15.
all
I put
part
them
of the
all into one
strategy.
sentence.
Let's talk more. Let's put off TPKing.
Nope. So, as we always talk about, we're playing D&D 5e with through homebrew rules added into the mix. And all that sweet, sweet goodness in the middle of the screen right now is Tailspire. We're not affiliated by it, but damn is it awesome. You should go out and get it, if you're playing D&D or any other type of game that uses little miniatures like this. Okay, who's ready for the recap?
Me.
Okay, awesome.
I'll go.
So you guys met. That's why I'm on the wrong week's notes there. I was like, where's my actual thing? The group finished up with Mestercath before heading off to meet the Crimson Writ. I apparently, while creating this character, made everyone else hate Mestercath, but they were good little good little PCs and didn't murder everyone. And they headed off to Crimson Rit, and it's there that they bumped into Zergaz, as he had initially made a pact with Lana Thistor, the precept of the Crimson Rit. Byron is quick to sign a deal with Zergax, making him a warlock and leveling everyone up, while Lucia/Nyx quickly signed up after Byron, buying everyone else a big old level and putting her a level in Druid. But more importantly, she's also now corporeal for real.
No! That's the worst part of what happened.
All right. Yes, question.
I can ask it when you're done with the recap.
All right. So, after that, if it wasn't enough for one session, the group then headed off the Bronze Mall. Here they ran into Uli Brightbeard, and they worked with the Danvers Brides to introduce the Badge Bunnies to the Forge, and that is the guy who is in charge of the Bronze Mall. The Forge agreed to help the... Can I call you guys the BBs? I don't know if you guys are okay with that. Instead
That
of
is
Badge Bunnies?
so cute.
Hey, BBs.
Yes, 100 out of 10. Hey,
There you go.
babies!
You guys are the BBs. So anyway, they're just going to send Danvers Brides and Uli along to help. You guys are all level 12. I don't know if anybody wants to go over that, because 2 levels at one time is...
That I was gonna ask. I just have one that I want to go over, at least for the other people who are playing with me, because it benefits them. And my other question, we're still doing when we level up, we get the full rest, right?
Yep.
So dumb to ask on here, but I literally just I just wanted to say, level 11, Lisa and Casey, the power of my draconic spirit now radiates from me, warding my allies or inspiring fear in my enemies. As a bonus action, I can create an aura of draconic power that radiates 10 feet for 1 minute, and for the duration, I gain either frightful presence, which does not affect you and has to do with like saving throws and stuff, or resistance, where my allies and I within the aura have resistance to one of these several types of damage that I choose.
Ooh.
The wings I can choose different each time. It's acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. So
Nice.
Hear that, Rob? We don't need you in your stupid aura anymore.
yeah,
No, we've got Emily in her aura.
I just want to say that because I was like, then no one will ever know it, and I'll have to explain it mid-battle or something. And I feel like that's a plan ahead type of thing to be aware of, you know?
Oh,
So
guaranteed
like,
to
oh,
not
that's
remember that. But we will certainly try.
Got a question. What color does it radiate?
I'm gonna say it will depend, honestly, on what the resistance is.
Nope,
you know
decide
what I mean?
now.
Oh, I can only pick one.
No, I'm just kidding. Pick whatever you want.
If I could only pick one, it would just be red.
All right,
Very-
purple it is. So no, you can pick based
Wow.
based
Chaos.
on what's going on. So last week we gave inspiration to Kite Sage. I saw Kite Sage in the chat. You know the deal. You can give me advantage or disadvantage, or you can give the players advantage whenever they roll. Keep being awesome in chat. Hey, you are here. Keep being awesome in chat, and Casey's going to be picking inspiration for tonight's stream. So are you fine folks ready to kick things off?
We are. At least I am.
Cool. So last time you ended with the Forge saying essentially, hey, the Danvers Brides and Uli are going to be with you, and then he poofed into smoke, so I don't have to use that accent anymore.
I recall saying I wanted him to talk for like a longer time. He was great.
Alas, he was needed somewhere else. The city doesn't sleep, and neither does he.
Okay.
Nix, I also knew someone who didn't used to sleep. And then somebody made her corporeal.
You did when you signed that contract.
Yeah, I don't regret it either.
Think of how fun it will be to taste your own cooking.
Look, I've got a whole the ways that this has drastically changed Nyx's trajectory and what will happen if she survives this campaign. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. All right, so we're here with the Danvers Brides. Can we give them a big ol' smooch on the lips?
No, miss. We are married to the city.
We are also quite passionate about the city. It just seems like you are very incredibly strong warrior women, and my friend and I, and she would kind of gesture to Clem, we are of a similar ilk, I think. If there's any availability in your services for 2 more, we'd certainly love to join forces if possible.
We've seen your kind before. We don't have the badges that you're looking for.
Do you have like a veil? Is there is it a ring? We could make space on our badge, on our carabiners for a couple of rings if that's what's needed.
It's a little bit more in depth than that. I'll tell you what. If we survive this, we'll talk about it. Said Rowalla. That's the leader of the group. So
Thank you. Yes.
What is the plan? We're here to try and help out, but we're not sure what it is that you need. We're here. And then Hasmig slams her fists together and she's like, yeah, we're gonna fuck shit up.
So
My kind of girl.
we need to try to strategize. It appears that the main individual that has been rallying us to lead this in is not the most tactical, and so we're trying to offset that with better tactics in order to strike more true.
He sucks.
So really what we're trying to get out of this is we need to probably do a little bit more reconnaissance. Oop, I just lost Tailspare.
Yeah, I've been losing it back and forth. It's just been kicking in and out.
So in order to do some reconnaissance, can we speak with anyone that might have done investigation on the warehouse incident that
The
happened?
explosion that took there.
Even if you could show us around or something too, that could even be helpful.
So, Rowalla snaps her fingers. I don't know if you can hear that through my noise gate. And she says, Oli, go get us a map. And you see Oli put his head down and he wipes his brow as he picks up his gigantic maul and just kind of half walks, half drags the thing with him as he goes to get the map. And it's like thunk, thunk, thunk as he lifts it up the stairs.
You know, I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure he walked like that prior to the mall.
So she's looking at you and she says, hold on one second. Hasmig, if you could just go grab me the report real quick. Let's give them the details that we know about the Prowler incident this morning. And Hasmig looks at her and she nods curtly and runs off very fast, as not compared to Uli, who ran to grab a map. As time passes a little bit, Hasmig is the first one back, and she has the binder. She hands it over to Rowalla, and she licks her finger and starts paging through the stuff. What exactly were you looking for?
Well, any information, because if we're going to do any type of reconnaissance on where to strike, we kind of need to know what they have, what they're doing, why that might have exploded. I mean, we kind of know why it exploded, but more about, what they might have in there that might be useful to us, or how we might be able to cripple their operations further.
She looks at you, and as she does that, you hear the thunk, 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 thunk as Oli starts dragging his maul back to you. He's out of breath, and he's like, "Hey, here's the map." And she takes it from him, and she turns him around and pushes his back down to use his back as a table, and she circles 5 spots on the map. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a map into our Discord in Tavern Chat. And
Join
this,
our Discord.
yep, you can join our Discord. That's going to be in a bunch of different places, including, I believe, under this video. Oh, wait. Is that not that's the wrong one. Sorry. That's not the one I wanted. Oh, we'll get to the real one here.
Spoilery maps?
No, that's the
My
same
God,
one
I'm
that you guys have.
gonna learn all this information before you have a chance to stop us.
All the
Oh, really?
secrets.
I don't know. I'd have to zoom in too much on a million different places.
It's all right. I've already saved it, Justin. Don't worry about it.
Oh, baby, look at that map.
All right, let's make sure this is the right one. I have like 12 different Dawn vs. Holds maps. Apparently it didn't save.
Well, that's what happens when we keep exploring and finding new stuff in town.
No,
like,
I
no.
had circles on it. Let's see if I can put this one in here. Paste.
Love a good circle on a map.
Well, there is 5 different places on this map. And they are the Prowler main office, which you guys know where that's at. The Prowler Kohler plant, where you guys know that. And then there are 3 warehouses. Warehouse map. Whoop.
Oh my gosh, let's start working for Prowler and not tell Rob when he comes back.
I think Prowler has like a sign on their wall that has my face on it that just says, "Have you seen this man? If so,
You're a man
please."
of like 1,000 faces. Just
I should
throw
change
on a
it.
disguise and change your name again.
Yeah.
All right. So I threw the proper map in there now. So number 1 is the main office of Prowler. Number 2 is Prowler Cola Plant. Number 3 is Prowler Plant 1. The whole way through 5 is Prowler Warehouse 3. So
And
at number 2, that's where the explosion happened in the morning.
Oh, was that the cola plant? Okay.
Yeah, she flips through the pages, and she says, it appears that someone has attacked the front gate. There was an explosion. They believe that it was someone who either intentionally or unintentionally exploded themselves at the gate.
does anyone else think that we should potentially look at the warehouses to see if they're storing either troops like the mages in the power armor that are getting drained, or potentially having backstock of cola that we need to alleviate from the civvy?
I mean, Warehouse 2 is right there.
Yep. That's
So close.
Yeah, I mean that
could
one's
see-
right near the Enchanters Guild.
We could potentially ask for help from some of the new allies that we've gotten, and just say like, hey, can you pick your sneakiest person and go over there? But, like, don't confront them. Don't try to get into a battle that you're going to lose, but just try to get some info.
Smart of
I mean,
us
at
to
this-
end up talking to the Crimson Writ first, since we have already confirmed them as allies, and they're probably the sneakiest we'll get for something like this.
It's not a bad idea.
Yep.
I mean, at the same time, it's like, I think it might help just to get an idea of numbers, but I think we already know that they've got us outnumbered. They've got these big mechs. I mean, if we could get somebody in to just try to like start sabotaging the actual mechs themselves. Ooh,
They have
what if we do that?
passion.
What if we
They
get...
have spirit, Lisa.
Well,
only
we
you
can
had
find
a
someone
winged
sneaky and
creature.
passionate. Okay, look, he died and we're not going to talk about it. One's dead, one's missing. We're not going to talk about either one of them. We need someone who's passionate, who's sneaky, and who has tiny little spindly hands that could get in and out of some mechanical pieces and deconstruct a robot without anybody noticing.
Anyone know any fairies? I feel like
I'm
fairies
thinking-
really come in handy. Who are you?
What about that weird ship captain that we met before? The one who got us home from the island? He seems suspicious and up to some questionable behavior, and also I potentially have some blackmail material on him.
not remember him at all.
We were only on his ship for like an episode. But I don't know. I mean,
It's not a bad idea.
another potential ally.
Uh-huh.
Maybe just think about it.
Maybe he has like more pirates working for him who could also become allies.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Um,
hell, maybe we could just be like, hey, start bringing those bunnies in. We've got a mission for you. It's to go there and back as many times as you can. We've got a favor to call upon.
Byron will, while we're kind of discussing things, he's just gonna pull out like a small sheet of parchment and just scribble down a note and tie it to Athena's leg and send her off.
Okay.
Ooh.
There's flapping as Athena heads off into which direction? Or do I not need to know?
Towards the docks. I'll send you a message.
Okay.
If we're gathering up, I don't want to say people, humanoids and so on for this army, who was that Harengon that we made friends with on our way to the Harengon Island?
He is still on the island, and his name is...
Isn't he also kind of a mess, though?
Yes.
Like,
he's
wasn't
hot
that his
mess.
thing? Is that he was a little
Oh, God.
a fool in his money or soon parted? I don't know that I trust him to go on a super spooky
not
mission.
To sneak in, but I'm just thinking maybe he's like made friends, and this island of Harengons is thankful that we helped them, and that's like another group that we could pull in if need be.
That's fair. We might have some allies there that we could call on.
Mm-hmm. We did save them from some pretty epic shit.
We did. We're trying to save them from even more epic shit. So I
Not
feel
even
like they
like-
should believe us.
Not even like the end stuff, just the like beginning thing when we were fighting everyone in their town square. That alone was badass.
So, just so you're aware, it's Harrington the Haragon.
Okay.
Excellent.
I thought it was something like in that vein, but Harengons are not bad to have on our side for something either.
Especially since they're cannibals and will eat the flesh off of certain people.
Didn't we?
Hey, we fixed them. They're not cannibals anymore unless they want to be.
Fair enough.
This is my favorite movie scene when it's the montage of like recruiting people to join your heist or your army and everything. Ugh, a dream. The best.
Well, I think we've got a few other people that we could call upon for assistance. Obviously, Byron, I don't know what super sneaky thing you're doing, but Byron sent a mystery letter. Out. So we've got a couple other people that we could try for. I think we should still focus our efforts mostly on like Enchantara, but as far as just kind of spreading out and getting some knowledge, since we're here, let's just ask the Bronze Mall. I mean, let's just ask these guys like, hey, do you have anybody super sneaky that can get in and do some recon and then have Uli reach out to us? Does that sparkle?
Question regarding the Bronze Mall. Are they exclusively dwarfs, or does it just happen that we've mostly met dwarfs that are Bronze Mall?
They are majority of dwarves. Now there are other creatures there,
Okay.
but the Bronze Mall was established as the dwarves' military force, and that has just evolved into them being the police force for Donver's Hold.
Okay. It's more of a just if you said no, it was exclusively dwarves, I would be like, I don't know how many tiny-handed people we're going to get that are sneaky out of the Bronze Mall.
Well, they need passion. That's the most important thing. Step 1 is passion. Step
send
2,
Uli on this
optional. I don't know what Uli's deal is. I thought we were
No.
bros. Then it seemed like we're not bros with him. So I don't know anymore. We try to uplift others so that they will uplift us in return, and this is our moment of uplifting Uli.
would
So
also
he
like-
needs to repay us with some tiny hand little sneaky friends.
I would also like everyone to know I almost just suggested that we invite a group that is not even from this campaign because I was thinking of a group from Casey's campaign.
Girl.
I was like, what about these people we helped? I was like, ooh.
No. All right, so
Ask about a sneaky.
Brian,
If they say they don't have anyone, yeah.
we have a request for you. Knowing these different locations that are spread out and knowing what Prowler may be planning, is there any possibility that you have someone who may be able to sneak in, who could maybe gain us some information on what's going on there?
Who were you asking this for? I apologize. Was it Uli or the brides?
Brides.
Yeah, I was going to absolutely the brides.
So Hasmig looks at Rawala, and you see Rawala shaking her head no, and then Hasmig kind of giving her the eyeball, and Rawala's like, fine. I can get Tomas the Third to help. He's a little bit of a character.
As long as he's capable and knows not to, he should avoid conflict if at all possible. We don't want them to know that we're planning any sort of large move against them, so tell him to remain unseen.
Maybe we don't want Thomas the Third. She looks at Uli, and Uli's like, fine, I'll go get him, and just starts dragging them all again. It's just here the kunk, 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 and he walks over, and he's gonna go back and get Thomas the Third. After about 10 minutes, you see Uli. He has given up trying to carry them all, and he's walked back with Thomas the Third. And as they get there, he turns around and goes back and gets his maul. But before you is the most delicate little gnome. And you see him there, and he's got a beret, and he's wearing a black and white striped shirt. And as you see him, he starts pantomiming.
Now that's a man with passion.
He's like, fuck the resistance, huh?
That's a man who knows how to be subtle. That's a man who knows he's got tiny, delicate little fingers. I would just look at Hasmeg and just go, he's perfect.
Just wait. And then as he does that, he looks at you, reaches into the back of his pants, flips up a piece of something that looks like an explosive, and points it right at you. And she goes, that's the problem.
Is he...
You say problem. I say opportunity.
We did want to consider destroying some mechs.
Give me a perception check.
Who? Anyone?
Yes, everybody.
I wish I had advantage so bad right now.
12.
16.
Thank God.
What'd you get, Maeve?
Oh, 10.
10? With a 16, you see that Thomas the Third only has 3 fingers on one hand and 4 on the other.
I keep that to myself. That's fine with me. All that means is experience. He knows what not to do now.
Has anyone noticed that all of the best characters are named variations of Tom and Thomas?
Oh, a theme. I would take some of the mechanical parts out of my bag and I would demonstrate to Thomas the Third. Give him a little, just kind of like a quick rundown of like, here's the machines, here's some of the areas to maybe target, here's how to like take them apart real quickly. Just give him a little crash course of what he's looking for.
While she's showing him that, like with the actual big parts, Byron is going to create like a small 3D image floating in his hand, and it's going to be highlighting like the parts, like the whole thing's in like light blue, but in green are the blinking parts that she's holding, and it's describing it so that way he can get a better idea of what's happening. So he's just like spinning it around in his hand. And so
and I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So when you're done, he puts his hand into his mouth and goes, and
I love him.
that's that's how he says. Hasmig's like, yeah, that's how he says he's got it.
That means he's got. Okay, perfect. Well, I think. Excellent. We will wait to hear a report, and hopefully you don't die. Sorry.
And he turns around, and he actually then he turns back around and points at the map that Uli now has in his hand. Essentially trying to figure out where you want him to go.
Fair. I say we send him to. I don't know. I mean, really, any of the warehouses. I think I'd prefer if he stays away from the coal factory because I feel like that one's probably going to be on high alert at the moment.
I think
How about
we start
warehouse
with 2
one?
just because.
Well, so if we're going to 2, send him to 1.
Oh, are
right?
we going to 2? I just didn't know if we were definitely going to 2 or not.
I think we need to. I think we need to go to Enchantara and get them on board, and then do some investigation to figure out what they might be hoarding in the warehouses. Because if they've got like,
well, one is so as a reminder, one is the main office building, so I don't know that I want to send him there
No, he
either.
means warehouse 1.
yeah, warehouse 1.
Warehouse 1, so number
spot,
3.
Yeah, spot 3.
Got it.
I apologize.
Okay. No, that's cool. No, just want to make sure. I was like,
The
I was like,
jackass
I don't
who
think we should
circled
send
these with
him
numbers.
to the literal dragon's lair.
Also because warehouse 3 is close to the Crimson Writ, so we can always reach out and have them send someone to that one.
That's warehouse. Number 1 is the main office, but that's not where Aruma roosts. Justin said it was north of the whole area.
Correct.
Is she not? Does she not even roost in the city? What a queen, working from home. Love that for her. Love that for her. She's just like, no, I can do it from my mountaintop. It's fine.
Yeah, but we can do 2
okay
because it's
then.
close to us. He can do 1, and we can reach out or something because Crimson Writ is very close to Warehouse 3.
All right, send him to. Oh, so wait, do you want to not send him to 3 and have someone from the Crimson Writ go to 3?
Yeah, because we can send him to Warehouse 1.
If that's what you guys are trying
This
to do.
is the numbering system on this map.
Okay. So there's the main office.
1.
There's the cola factory that exploded.
2.
And then there's warehouses 1, 2, and 3.
And
that's 3, 4, and 5, respectively.
Yes.
So if you're saying that number 3 is Crimson Writ, then we need to send him to 4 or 5.
No, I'm saying Warehouse 3.
Yeah.
Which
no.
is number 5.
Which is number 5,
Oh.
for fuck's sake!
I didn't think this through. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
only do so much.
It's a button.
Okay, using Justin's
All right.
numbers.
All right,
Crimson Writ can go to number 5.
okay, the
He can
blue
go to
blue
3,
number
and
5.
we'll go to number yes.
Okay,
Right.
He can
got
go
it.
to number 3 because that's not near like anything or us, and we'll go to number 4 because that's the closest to us.
Yes.
But Crimson Writ is like a hop, skip, and step away from number 5, which is one of the warehouses.
And just curious, little peek behind the curtain here maybe, but like Casey, were you like sending for help for someone else to go investigate, or should we still plan on setting that up somewhere?
No, I was not. We'll need to set that up.
Okay, cool.
So
I was looking for
Byron,
assistance. Yeah.
you have a little trinket that starts to shake, and you hear, "Hey! You said you needed some help from the Crimson Writ. I can do that. I can move things along a little bit there for you."
Byron looks
you got it,
down at the ring that he's been wearing this whole time that was like a signet ring, and he kind of like realizes that it kind of opens and he kind of pops a layer up, and there's a small little recess underneath the ring that's like a container, and he can open it to speak to Sergaz.
Ooh. All right, fancy. Okay.
So, like, if you need me to do some stuff over there, I'll just let me know, and I'll zig and zag and work my magic.
Would you like to examine and send the Crimson Writ to potentially seek out and reconnaissance on Warehouse 3 to see what they have?
I'm more of an overseer. I don't really go and do that kind of stuff myself, but
No,
I'll make sure that
send,
someone.
send a
I'll get that.
lackey.
I'll get that big pachyderm lady to maybe Twinkle Toe over there, or somebody that's maybe more fitting for it. Let me go ask Lana.
We would appreciate that. Thank you.
You got it, Chief. And he just disappears.
I shut the ring.
Man, who wears the pants in this packed ship?
Yeah, it seems like the two of you gotten on much quicker than
Well,
a prior arrangement that we've seen.
so in all fairness, Clem had shown me some of the magic that she had done. I already had a little bit of the Eldritch Invocation knowledge because she was showing me. So it just kind of came naturally once I signed a pact with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Is that what we're calling it?
I just pointed to my arm because Byron is also wearing Clem's arm. Okay, so where are you going?
If we are done here, I will portal us to Enchantara.
I just want to learn a little more. Maeve would just like, can she talk? What is the name of the Donver's bride who like seems to be in charge where we are?
Not seems to. She's 100%. Her name is Rowala.
Okay, I couldn't remember which of them was like
Yep,
the
Rowala Steelhead. She's in charge. And then Hasmig Grumblefist. She's the one with the tattoos on her knuckles.
No, I have their names. I just couldn't remember which of them was like
Grumble or Grundle?
the head lady.
Grumble. G-R-U-M as in
Fair enough.
man. Yeah.
Old Grundlefist.
Because her name is Grumble Fist and she has tattoos on her knuckles. Are her tattoos just like mumbling sound? Yeah.
No.
Are they tattoos of little mouths that when she flexes her fingers, they go?
It's just tattooed
What?
letters of hate and
Yeah, and love. It is. It's hate on one fist and love on the other.
Hate on one fist, hate on the other.
All right, what do you want to know?
Mavis is going to. So we only learned from Uli about like what the Donver's brides do. And Mavis will be. So what kind of work around the city do you do? Because you're not the normal Bronze Mall people here.
No, we are the ones who deal in delicate matters, things that maybe you need to be a little bit forceful, but not known. They're essentially the SWAT team.
Interesting. Got any secrets you want to share with us that could help us as we're Stop laughing at me, Lisa!
I just love that they were like, yeah, you can like maybe join our forces or whatever. And we're like, cool. We love that. Anyway, can we like trade secrets? Like, can we hang out with you guys, please?
Given that you get all this like behind the scenes specific info that not everyone gets here, any intel you have or like tips or tricks that would help us out would be super helpful.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, not gonna go well unless I roll great. That's a 7.
She looks at you and she says,
So
"Come here,
endearing.
just real quick." And she whispers in your ear, "Don't get hit by things."
Thank you so much.
These
You're
ladies are
welcome.
brilliant.
Did you ever tell us how many of y'all there are? Of brides, that is?
There's enough. More than
So
10, less than 100.
Is that why you don't want us to join? Is it just because there's enough? They're just like, there's just, sorry, we're full up.
Also,
It's a long process. There's lots of paperwork. We need to deal with this prowler thing. Look, I'll give you one more tip. Would you like one more tip or one more piece of information?
I'm
Yes, please,
honestly
ladies.
scared to say it, but yes.
Thomas the Third, wonderful dancer.
That
Tom's
doesn't
so
surprise
stubborn.
me that much. He seems like he'd be quite delicate on his feet. And she's done.
Okay.
Don't say okay like that. Do I need to be grilling them more, Justin?
Nope. As they walk away to go do the things you've asked them to, Hasmig says to Rowala, just out of earshot, like, man, glad they didn't ask us about it.
Freaking knew it! Ugh.
All right.
I never said I was good at interrogating, okay?
Okay. All right, so
Runic
we're going
chalk,
to
drawing circles.
Enchanters Guild, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Boop. Bring you guys here in a second as soon as my board loads. Here we go. And summon players to board. And we need Byron. And we don't need Casper because he's getting robot legs.
Is that
And
oh, it's a map. I thought there was a sandbox in the Enchanters Guild.
Yep. Everybody's got to have a playpen.
Listen,
all right.
maybe they're doing some cool sand magic.
Why? Oh, did I
I
drop?
wouldn't put it past them. They
Yeah,
they
I
seem
dropped
like
Nick's
they're
point,
up to
sorry.
some cool shenanigans.
Where the hell are you going, mate?
Justin?
Doo, 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 doo.
I don't know.
Is
I
your
dropped you like
name-
3 times and you just disappeared. You're probably on like a roof somewhere.
I don't see myself at all. Invisible cannon. I'm invisible.
Here, I'll delete you and put you back on.
Wait. No, wait a second. You can't make me corporeal and then make Emily invisible. Justin!
Canonically, I was invisible. I could sneak around and do whatever I wanted to.
All right.
Oh, that's
So-
upsetting.
You guys show up at Enchanters Guild and you. What's up?
Where we are asking them for help with this battle, if they know anything about fighting dragons, presumably, and also trying to hitch a portal over to ask the Donnellys for help, correct? Okay. Anyone listening there was nodding.
Good point.
People are nodding.
So you guys show up at the Enchanter's Court, and as you remember, this guild is run by 9 different people. You show up, and just like last time, Destrick Morfang is outside. And he sees you and he comes back inside, but he was outside working on his forms. That seems to be what he's, that's what he does at around this time of the day, which is about mid-afternoon. And he sees you and says, hello again. How are you?
Looking great out there, sir.
Thank you. I've been trying this one. And he does it's like a quick rabbit punch to a ninja kick, and just a little bit of ice comes out. You can see he's holding it back, but he's practicing his forms.
Would Maeve, being a monk, be able to give him any tips or tricks on his forms?
Give me a performance check.
Oh. Also, not gonna go well. That's a 4.
You're looking at it, and it looks perfect to you. Like, you don't know that he could get much better than that.
It's good to see you again, although I wish that the encounter of our last meeting had gone a bit differently. It was a little bit of a surprise having you just leave us. Stranded.
Oh no!
No
that
way
wasn't
home?
me. That was our tiefling friend. He's our transporter.
Is this man lying to me?
No,
I
this
could have
is the guy-
swore. I'm pretty sure it was a Haragon that transported us. Is it not this guy?
This isn't a Haragon. This
Oh.
is Destrick Morfang. He's a 36-year-old human male war mage whose favorite color is purple.
Oh, okay, shit, my bad. I love your purple scarf. It's beautiful. It really adds a lot to your fancy footwork. And
He's like,
I'm sorry
I know,
that
right? Really makes everything pop.
I do actually have something for him. Nix would root around in our bag a little bit. And say, I don't mean to upset you, but I know that you folks have been missing quite a few members of your organization. We may have found one of them, and I have the remains of like a tanned elven person. I have like some ears and some bones that we found like inside one of the mechs, but I did take those parts to like return them to Enchanters.
He looks really
spell, right?
He looks very, very concerned when you're talking about the fact that you know what's happening, and then you just present him with a pile of goo.
Here's bones.
Yeah, he's like, thank you.
Maybe
he's looking at it
we
all
should
icky.
speak to Voltros. Just a thought.
I thought you might be able to help us identify who they came from. And yes, if you're not sure, I'm sure that Voltris will be able to assist.
And he says, yeah, let me go. And he like puts the bones and stuff onto the chair. There's 9 chairs there. He puts it on top of Voltris's chair, which is the one right in the middle. Let me go get him for you.
If it helps, we can just go down and talk to him.
As he said that, he comes up the stairs to talk to you guys. And he jumps on a candle, apparently. He walks up the stairs. Hello.
Hello.
Why is there bones on my chair?
So I assume Nyx is taking this portion. While Nyx is talking to Voltris, off to the side, as I assume the other wizard's kind of like stepping into the background, Byron is going to show him the proper stance technique to do what he's trying to do to create the magic, but try to do it where he's not in eyesight of everyone else. He's just showing that guy, not anyone.
Give me a performance check. And I guess, well, if you're just going to move out of the way, you don't need a stealth check.
I mean, I can give you a stealth check too. I'm trying to...
Sure, if you...
14 for the stealth, but performance 18.
So you just have him over to the side, and you're whispering real low, like, look, you just want to snap your wrist at the end. It's just snap. And it's clear that if anybody were to look over in that direction, Maeve, maybe give me a perception check.
23 with a nat 20.
Yes, girl.
Out of the corner of your eye, you just see him fixing his form. Like he has Destric's hand, and he's showing him how to snap his wrist at the end. And you can see that he's clearly fixing the form that you thought was perfect.
You
and
rat
Destric does it and snaps his wrist, and you can see that this form is now 10% better than it was before.
I want to throw a dart at Byron so badly.
So here's the deal.
So badly.
Byron tried to do this in secret because he thought if this guy's going to help us, he needs to know how to do it proper so that way he's able to attack better. But he didn't want to embarrass anyone else, including him, in front of it, so he tried to be secretive about it.
Have even gotten an advantage on my roll since I'm a monk who knows like Tai Chi and crap like that.
This is war mage. This is not monk stuff. This is magic.
Which is also, is this not such a moment for Maeve of being like, okay, but like clearly, even though Byron may not be able to cast the stuff in the way that you and this other guy can, like he's got that he's got the moves down. He's got that book knowledge. You nerd. Look at you, you nerd. You're reading all of it.
Maeve is upset because she just wants to be helpful and she never can be.
It's not Leviosa. It's Leviosa.
I want to throw a dart so good.
Okay. So
in the background, Nick's just like, I thought you could identify him by the ears. I was trying to be a nice thing. I don't know.
He looks at you and he says, why are these bones here? I understand you.
I know that you're missing so many people, and when we found another mage inside one of them, I thought surely it was one of your members. I thought maybe you'd be able to help identify him. I was trying to return his remains to your group.
He holds it up with he picks up an ear with two pinkies, just as little touch as possible, and he's like, this is just an ear, and he just kind of puts it in your hand and he says, this is a femur.
There are mages who can bring back more for less, okay? I'm not one of them, but I thought you might be able to do something. Are there no necromancers here? Not one?
He looks at you and says, thank you. Let me see who we can get to help with this. And he says, I guess we could have Pilawan Mithrosk look at this. That is our necromancer. Try to see if I have Pilran in this. I do not. Oh, yes, I do. It's in the next room over. So he says, Pilran. And from the next room comes a middle-ish aged elf, very androgynous, wearing all black. But it's very stylish. A nice black robe with a black belt cinched. Also wearing a scarf, but it's a black scarf. And they have earrings going up their ears. It starts with hoops. These are all black, like a bigger hoop, and then it gets littler and littler hoops up to the very top where there are two black pearls at the very top of their ears.
I love that. I want that. I want to look like that. Nix makes a mental checklist of where she can get her ears pierced in town. She's like, Byron probably knows someone.
Pilwin comes out and says, You needed me, sir. What is it you need? Oh, here, let me take those. And they take all the bones and the ear and little pieces of skin and stuff, and they take them in their arms, clearly not offended or disturbed by all of this random body parts. And they say, is this someone that we're supposed to know?
I assume that they were someone from your organization. They may not have been. They may have just been some random mage, but I thought you could help us identify, at least.
It may take me a day or so, but let me see what I can do.
Please and thank you.
Is there anything else that you needed from me?
If you're able to bring them back, please contact us immediately. We have a great deal of questions for them if they're able to return to us.
I don't know. I'll see what I can do. I don't. At this point, with this much deterioration, I think that we just end up with some sort of shambling mound or zombie or some sort of undead that wouldn't really help us. We may be able to extract who this was, though.
Whatever efforts you can make, we appreciate. And that was Pilowin. Pilowin?
Pylwyan, and that's Mithrosk, Mithrosk.
Okay. Well, I would send the remains off with Pilowin, and then I think we can turn our attention back to Voltress. And we may we may need somewhere a bit more private. We have a bit of a sensitive matter to discuss with you.
And he looks at you and says, yes, this way. And he starts moving in the direction of the room to the east on the directional pad on our map here. It is the one that our elf friend just came from.
Byron claps Destrick on the shoulder, says, "You got this now. This is all you."
And he beams and he's like, I never realized before. It's the flick of the wrist and the swish of the hand. And I thank you for that.
You know, I'm just gonna say this: hand movement sometimes makes all the difference in all the situations.
And he looks at you and he smiles. He's like, yeah, and he taps his nose a little bit.
Yeah, he's delicate touch. Don't just ham fist it. Okay.
All right, Byron, out here making friends. Just...
Okay.
All right. Yep. Let's give him the spiel.
Alrighty.
I feel like at this point we should have like a multi-step PowerPoint presentation to go.
We're walking in. We're showing. You know, she's pulling out. Nyx is pulling out armor. We've got Maeve showing like rolled out maps of different points on it, and Byron has like 3D images that he's producing in his hand of smiling images
going up.
Yeah, and he's just like, so here's the deal: we're gathering the 3 houses, we're making a multi-front attack on Prowler, we're doing multiple forms of reconnaissance to gather up, we're going to make a strike on Aruma, we're gathered with the Reformed Knights, we have the 3 other houses attacking Prowler to take them out of their seat of power, to remove them from the awful things that they're doing, and etc., as we have done so in the past.
He looks at you and he says, I'm sorry, I'm very old. I wasn't paying attention. No, he takes that all in, and he says, and what is it that you need of me?
We were hoping that we could count on the war mages from the Enchanters Guild to assist us in this. We have the other houses that we could gather to rally against Prowler. They are an evil threat to the city that wish to overtake and unseat all of your powers. This is a threat to not only you, but the Bronze Maul, the Crimson Writ, anyone who wishes to be successful inside of this city.
Give me a persuasion with advantage, because you are already friendly with Voltrus.
22.
He looks at you and he says, I believe that we probably should help. We're very thin right now. Mages have been disappearing at an alarming rate. However, when the time comes, you can count on us to be there.
We know that you guys don't have a lot because you have been impacted the most, but you are the most threatening to them. That's why they're attacking you.
He looks at you, and you can tell that he is taking this all in. Give me an insight check. Anybody can give me an insight check.
Don't mind if I do.
17.
22.
Never mind. I rolled bad. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. So Nyx, finding that she just has a nose now, is over there picking it and not really paying attention. But
wait, her nose didn't exist on her face prior to this? Like what?
her finger went through it. No. But Maeve, you've seen this before in some of the Donnelly clan. Voltrus has heard what you've said. He's just older, and he takes him some time to really turn everything over in his head to understand where he should be at, but he is processing everything that you guys are saying. And he does appear to be on board with it. It just may take him a little bit longer to get to where he needs to be, but you do believe that when it's time for him to show, they will be there.
Sir, if you don't mind me asking, we can always leave you some notes and some information. We were actually going to go stop by and talk to my family out of here, so we can always go do that and come back and check in with you. Give you a little more time to think about this. I know it's a very big decision.
That's right. You were the Donnelly lady. Did you get the message from the Mr. Meatstabber?
Mr. Meatstabber? No, I don't think I did.
I believe that was his name. We found, he's young-ish, but this very large man. He said he needed to send a message to the Donnellys, and that would have been a couple days ago now. That's why I was asking.
Did he give you the message?
No, we have a way of communicating outside of here. He sent a message to the Donnellys.
Meatstabber.
Mr. Meatstabber? Yeah,
Okay.
Vultures. What kind of nickname
There was a
is
name
that?
I feel like that was very Thordak Meathammer. Well, could it have been
yes.
Meathammer?
Meathammer, that's his name.
Byron kind of is sheepishly sitting in the background and says, "Did you actually hear his voice?"
Oh, he's here.
Oh, well, we would love to see him before we head over to the Donnellys, if you wouldn't mind in meeting us up. That'll
Yeah.
us talking to him will give you even more time to think about this big decision.
He says, "Look, we will be there when you need me. But yes, if you go back through here," and he talks about going up to the second floor, which I'm not going to make you guys go up there because there's a lot of rooms in here. I'm just going to bring
Thank
character
you
out here.
so much.
You're welcome. Let's see here. That didn't work.
Like coming in clutch with that name recognition.
While,
I didn't want
while
to talk
you guys
over the talk of you guys.
I'm trying to find a good mini for this because I didn't think of this far in advance.
There's you want me to pull one out? I got one for you.
Yeah, perfect. That'd be perfect if you could do that. So
He seems big enough.
that's a perfect
Mini.
perfect guy.
Yep.
All right. So they go and get him, and this lumbering hulk of a man who I don't remember how his voice goes. I just remember he wasn't the brightest. Comes in.
So how I played him was kind of just, hey, how are you?
Yeah, that was kind of my thought. But for those of you who haven't seen that one, that was a mini one shot within the campaign that I ran for Casey and Rob. That was a long time ago now. However, he walks into the room and you can see him. He is rubbing the sleep out of his eyes. This is a gigantic human being, just all around, big muscles, big head, very tall. And he's rubbing the sleep out of his eyes.
When's the last time I saw him? Like I was 12, 10?
Yeah, you would have been a little bit earlier than 12. So let's see, a 10 works.
What's up?
I just said a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
He,
BB Byron?
I was just gonna say BB BB BB
BB.
BB BB.
Yeah, BB.
Beep, 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 beep.
I will, I'll walk up, seeing this and just say, somehow you've gotten smaller.
Bryce?
And
Holy sh!
I
You're
w-
not Bryce.
I'll kind of like morph my face back to whenever I was as young as I can remember myself being.
He goes ape shit and he grabs you like you weigh nothing at all and kind of picks you up and throws you into the air like you're a child. And he says, Byron, it's so good to see you. And he gives you a hug. And you can actually, you other two, you can hear his back cracking from the force that he's got. And he's like, oh, your father, he wants to see you.
Oh, buddy, did you get hit on the head a little too hard? My dad's been.
I've been hit on my head quite a lot.
I know, buddy. My dad's been dead for a long time.
No,
he has, man.
We brought him back.
I buried him myself.
Yeah, and Crack and I, we brought him back. We've been looking for you for years.
I entombed my father. What do you mean you brought him back?
Well, so we found this big shiny rock and we went over to him and we dug up the rocks and then, Crack said some words and poof, back live.
Would I know anything about a shining rock? Can I throw in a little necromancy knowledge to help explain what might have happened?
I was gonna say, is it just a diamond?
Give me an arcana.
I don't know if I can come in here with a I've never heard of a shiny rock bringing someone back.
These boogers are such a new sensation.
Like
a magic rock?
Yes, young lady. Me pick nose too. Great fun.
I've never heard of a shiny rock that could bring someone back. Are you sure that it was really?
They call it
Resurrection, perhaps.
Yes, that one.
Zuzu.
Was it? Are you sure that he's the same person that he was before he, took the long sleep?
Smells like Bryce. Looks like Bryce.
Does he act like Bryce?
Does he have Bryce's soul?
He pinched my butt one time.
That does sound like Byron's father.
I'll have you know that my father is a holy man.
He still pinched my butt. But you,
a bunch of
look
holes.
just like him.
Listen, holy people can pinch butts too.
Yes, but it's frowned upon in most religions.
I so canonically want to be like, I got Tommy with a Hanati to do it one time, so must not be that frowned upon.
He looks at you and says, "It's okay, I consented."
So wait, is Bryce also here?
Oh, no. I asked. Yes, no, yes, no. He's here, but not here. So that's why I asked the Donnellys. Vulturous said I should ask Donnellys, give them money, they would find Bryce. So,
are you sure?
I'm a Donnelly.
You're a Donnelly?
I'll take your money.
Well, I already paid.
Oh, well, shit.
You would know. This is what happened. Yeah.
The
so
services mission.
Yeah, he looks at you and says, we got caught outside of bookstore. He's like racking his brain and scratching it with his gigantic finger. Brown to new, brown to be, brown bound to be new.
Bound to be new sounds correct.
Oh, okay. Well, so Crack and me and Bryce were there, and we were attacked by a Triton and an elf and his minions. They had big stompy metal robot guys with them.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, I like this noise. Make noise more like this.
Train.
I don't know what she's doing, but I'm going to tell you what else I had to say. The elf blew some kind of dust in Crack's face, and then I got hit in the head, like you said, and he rubs the back of his head, and you can see that there is still a knot in the back of his head, and he says, when I woke up, I was here. Crack was gone, and so was Bryce.
And you're sure this was recent?
And Vultus says he's only been here for a couple of days.
Oh, no, I don't mean... I'm sure that he's only been here for a couple of days. It's just... My father's been dead for 20 years.
You hear in the next room the elf saying, "Come on, Mr. Bones, we're going to bring you back."
I suppose it is possible for people to find their way back to life in many different avenues. Byron, are you okay?
I find it hard to believe until I see it. It just seems... I don't know if too good to be true is the right term. I feel ashamed. I assumed he was dead, and I've never thought twice about him being alive again.
Are you talking to... Am I eavesdropping?
I mean...
Crack said I'm bad when I do that.
It depends. Did you hear my words?
I heard your words.
Then, yes, you were eavesdropping.
I'm sorry, but your father's been looking for you since we brought him back.
How long has he been alive?
And he looks at you and he's like, decades.
Well, it's disappointing. I've lived
This is a big continent.
Yeah, I lived my entire life without knowing my father, much more than when I was a child interning the dead with him, and to know that he's been alive the entire time that I've been here is just somewhat disheartening.
He takes this big meaty fist and like hits you in the shoulder, and he's like, "Oh, that's silly. Let's go find him."
Does anyone else object to this? I know that we had planned on performing recon on a warehouse.
1K gold each. I do not object at all.
If you haven't been able to find, if you haven't been able to find him for 20 years, what are the odds that you're going to be able to find him in the next few weeks?
I was looking for Byron.
They've been looking for me for 20 years.
Okay, so
you said, haven't you also been? Oh no, I guess you haven't been looking for him. You just assumed he was dead. Yeah, fair enough.
Voice. He's been with Crack and Bryce looking for Byron for a very long time.
Yeah, your dad sounds like he sucks. He's been looking for you for almost 2 decades. Nobody decided to tell you that he was alive.
Well, in all fairness,
That wasn't a character voice. That didn't count. Did I respond to that? That one was out of character.
Like you were dead or something?
Yeah, so I've lived a life of skullduggery and hidden identity, and so no one knew who Bryce really was, or Byron who really was, because I've been mainly Wentworth.
Excellent use of skullduggery.
What's the chance that your family has a shame pillar and maybe they just put people is I think I might know how they never found you, bud. I've got a theory.
No, that seems dumb. Who would do that?
It seems awfully brutal and just
Yeah.
shame him for disappearing.
They didn't show back up? For shame.
I would like to request a sneaky little divine intervention, if I may. Which, what's the chance of us succeeding on that? Not super great, but I'm just gonna Nyx is just gonna reach into her heart of the cards and try to send out a little message to her goddess and just kind of be like, hey, what's the deal with Bryce, and can we find him? Where is he?
Well,
What's
we
good?
haven't really talked about your goddess, so let's start with that.
Okay, she exists, and she also isn't listening to me because I rolled a 53.
Level 12. Oh, you're a cleric? Let's talk
I'm
about
level
your god.
11. Excuse you. I took a level in druid, and my druidity has nothing to do with my deity.
Sure.
What a big difference this makes.
You reach out and you hear, the deity that you requested is not here. Please leave your message at the beep and they'll get back to you at your earliest convenience.
That's what you get for only mentioning her 11 levels in.
I just want
I hope you're doing well, and I know that you're very busy, and this
Just
is
kidding,
kind of
I'm not here, and it clicks on.
oh. Okay. Byron, I asked, I don't know how long this is going to take, and we do have a bit of an impending war to attend to. So, I want to be clear. I am very firmly in favor of you finding your father and reconnecting with family. I think that has been something all of us have benefited greatly from in our time adventuring. But our time is getting short. So if we can't find him in the near future, this may be something that may need to wait until after.
Agreed.
Okay.
Hey, Thordak, do you actually know where my dad is?
I got hit on the head. I know Triton and Elf and Mex. They took me near Bound to be New.
Well,
All right. So,
yeah, we know where Bound to be New is because we've been there, and we know that Triton is the Prowler head honcho, or like
If he's a
Gonna-
head honcho, one
fish,
would infer
whatever.
the main office since he's so high up. But
and I don't have any type of divination to scry or anything, so we walk.
We could, yeah. I mean, we could go straight to the main office and just see what's up.
Well, no,
I don't
bound to be new,
know
right?
I mean, we could head there, but you said that it's been a couple of days. When was the last time that we were at Bound to be New?
yeah, and do
Was
they
that not
love
around the
us
same
right
time?
now?
Yeah, they
was-
were fine with us.
I had in the notes that it was a. But yeah, anyway,
It
I don't
was.
know.
This would have been around like right after that, within a day or so.
Yeah,
And-
we were bound to be new at least 4 days ago
Mhm.
by the Donnelly trip, the Enchanters Guild original visit, and the warehouse explosion investigation.
That is me shaking my head. Yes.
Okay.
So they were a day or two behind us, basically.
Okay. I was thinking that they had gotten there before we had, which was like, all right, sick. Yeah, let's go to Bound to be New, baby.
4 guys who work there. First, we go in and bust their balls, and then a guy gets kidnapped right in front of their store.
Well, I did pay for those people to leave, so
Exactly. Yeah, we were very good to them. And by we, I don't mean me. I remember trying to steal their ledger and not getting away
I
with it.
was-
So,
I was just all
oh
I
no,
remember
and
is
I got away with it. It just didn't make a difference.
I just remember Casper being distinctly not good to them. So it's good that he is not with us, technically speaking, right now.
Once again, another benefit. We don't need your dumb aura, and we don't need you screwing things up for Bound to be New.
This is how we find out if Rob listens back to the episode, if he responds to any of this next week.
This is him prepping for his, like, whatever his mini campaign is going to be. Just like, these motherfuckers, I'm gonna TPK them every single time.
Gonna kill this bitch. Gonna kill this
Oh, look
bitch.
at us. We're already there.
Okay, what we just established
wait.
was that they came after we were at Bound. We knew. Okay, because I was gonna
Yes.
say that makes sure then, because otherwise we could be like, oh, maybe that was one of the mechs involved in the thing. But if they came after,
Right. Yeah.
You guys come back here, and it looks like there was a pretty big fight that's happened. Part of the front of the building has been smashed in. There's bits and pieces of, it looks like robot kind of everywhere. And you can see that there are very heavy tracks that are headed in the direction of this, like towards the south, right? So they're heading more towards the number 2 on the map than anywhere else that you can see.
Can we do a little investigating in the area just to see if we can find any clues for, like, if they're still alive, if they were hauled off?
Yep. Give me an investigation check.
13.
Okay.
Tonight is not my night for rolling. I don't think I've gotten above a 10 tonight.
14.
Okay. You guys can't really tell. It makes sense. It's been a couple of days. You can tell that, like I said, there are some cart tracks that are headed off in the southern direction, and that's all you can really find.
Well, I mean, still better than finding a bunch of blood on the ground, right?
True. Oh.
Are there any, is this like can we do like a little, like, I don't know, are there like distinctive tire treads in the tracks? Can we just be like, oh, these are clearly from this,
Nope,
you could
investigation.
tell this.
Can we just?
What do you mean my 6 didn't give me any knowledge on the tire
Did you say that
Um,
the headed towards the number 2 was where most of the tracks seem to be?
Towards the south, which would be headed towards the cola plant.
I guess maybe we follow. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Maeve is gonna walk. Where? Remind me where the front door is on this thing. Is that where we are at the front, or is this the back?
Yeah, we're at the front.
Okay, Maeve is gonna walk in and knock on the front door.
Okay. The door is smashed open. As you get in there, there is. I mean, it looks like some bad shit happened here. There's books everywhere. There's loose leaf paper all around, and there is nobody else there.
Hello? She's calling just in case there's someone upstairs, but I'm presuming no.
Nope.
I saved their lives. They would have died.
You did.
If I wanted to investigate inside, I mean, I'm assuming they were looking for Recurring Fury because we were told by that mage back in the shed the other time that there was a train looking for it.
Mhm.
But may I investigate for any other, like, hints as to if they grabbed anything else, they're looking for anything else, if they left anything behind?
Give me another investigation check.
25. I'm so glad you asked for a new one. Thank you.
Okay, so with a 25, you find a little piece of metal that looks like a holy symbol.
Do I personally, I'm gonna guess no, recognize the holy symbol?
So it is going to be because you'll go out and talk to Byron. This is Byron's father's his holy symbol. This is something that you would know very well. It is something that he had worn his entire life. Well, at least as long as you've known him. You had known him as a child.
Maeve, of course, would very unglamorously walk out and be like, anyone know what this is? You recognize it? I'm not super religious, so I've never seen it before. Just like waving it in the air.
Nope. Nyx goes back to looking at dirt.
Byron, this metal thing.
That's the symbol of Coralon. That is my father's religious symbol.
Oh shit, I thought you were joking when you said he was a holy man.
No,
It's all that butt pinching talk.
he was a cleric of Coralon. He my mother was a wizard that worshipped Ioun, and we found ourselves in a beach with a bunch of no-ones. I'm never actually sure why.
You okay?
It's concerning. It's kind of like I find out that my father might be alive, and yet here we are facing the fact that he might be captured and potentially dead again. So hopes are up for only a moment before they might potentially be dashed.
I'm sorry that I said we should put off looking for him. You're absolutely correct, Byron. This is something that, if there is any chance of finding him, and especially finding him while he's still alive, you're right. We may never have a chance to see that. We may never have a chance to meet him, or especially if things go. If we don't make it through this upcoming battle, you deserve every opportunity to reconnect with him before we even risk that.
I'll be honest too. In the interest of selfishness, 20 years just around without you knowing him, he may have met some people or found some more groups that may be able to help. Who knows what he knows? Especially if they were willing to take him.
Yeah. Should we investigate the cola plant where the explosion was, or should we move towards warehouse 1 or 2 or whatever number 3 was on the map?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
She kind of takes a look around at just the blank dirt that she's been able to dig up, and she's like, I don't have a better plan. So if we find him at the cola plant, all the better, but if not, then we can send out messengers. We can check in with Thomas, and whoever else and see if maybe he was brought somewhere else.
I just feel like he's not at the cola plant.
We split up. I'll go to warehouse number 5 and find your father. Maeve, you take the main office. Byron, you take the coal plant. I'll see you all in 3 weeks.
It has to be the main office. I know it's so obvious, but
What if we pretend to be very wealthy business investors looking to set up a deal? We want to buy some stocks, and we'll go to the main office to see if we can set up some kind of arrangement.
What if
speaking... Oh, go ahead.
What if we just snuck in?
Well, I was
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
to add to that, if we need a distraction, my family. Okay, Justin, can you correct me if I'm wrong? The Donnellys have never worked with Prowler before, right?
They have. They just don't
never
like
mind.
it. Yeah, it was in the past.
Never mind. This is the problem when I don't write enough of my own backstory. Don't smile at me like that.
Sorry.
How dare.
All right, I'm down to just try to break in. I mean, we could. I'm not even opposed to going to the main office, but it does seem like the only bit of evidence that we have is taking us to the coal plant.
Let's do them all.
Byron's your call, my man.
That is true.
I think Byron would want to go to the plant because if there's a chance that his father actually is alive.
They could be hiding him in wreckage there too.
They could have also just been like, we don't need this random asshole. Have a nice day, sir. Sorry you got caught up in a multi-generational war between dragons.
So the plant was where that explosion happened, right?
Yep.
And we did talk to Uli about possibly taking us through the crime scene.
Yeah, I don't think we wait for him though.
But we could still use that as a cover. Don't y'all have your bronze mall badges?
We do! And she whips out her bronze ball badge, puts it front and center.
Yep.
It's as good of a reason as any for us to be there. All right, cola plant. Cola plant it is, I believe.
I am excited to see what this map looks like.
Okay. So, as you are walking towards the cola plant, you are walking south. You walk down through the middle district, and as you start to get farther away, there is more factory type stuff. So you go from where it was kind of the middle of the road. There was some neon lights. There was a little bit of a little bit of money there, and you start to get into the slums. The neon lights are gone. There are businesses, but they are all very, very run down. Think of the houses a lot like what are they? The favelas down in South America, like the big shanty town. That's kind of how this is. Buildings are leaning against each other. Houses are made out of just pieces of metal. But as you get closer, you see a couple different of those carts that you blew up, walking towards the cola plant. So each cart that you've seen has had anywhere from 4 to 12 people just kind of walking beside the cart, and they are headed in that direction. As you are getting there, you see some of these carts pull into the cola plant. It is a giant, sprawling estate, and you can see in the front there is a big section of fence that is being patrolled by guards, where the fence looks like it was just blown in. This is clearly where that bomb happened. So you would imagine that, just for scale, the scope of this plant is probably 5 or 6 city blocks. So there is fencing going the whole way around it. You don't need to look at that. There is the main entrance where there are sporadically these carts coming in, and each time these carts come in, there are some stragglers with them. And yeah, what else do you want to know?
I think we would want to potentially like investigate to find where they like where a point of egress might be.
Okay. So you are walking around this area, or maybe you have Athena fly around, whatever. You notice the front of the campus, I guess, is kind of thing, is very heavily guarded. The back is very heavily guarded, but you do notice that there is one entrance to the side that seems to be a little less guarded. There's not as intensive an inspection going on there. And this one seems to be where more of those carts are coming in. And when these carts come in, there are instead of being 8 to 10 people, there's 15 to 30 people that are walking alongside this cart, and they walk in, and you see them going in. There's these giant buildings that are multi-story high, and they these carts, they go up and they'll pull into this first section of building, or they'll go a couple buildings down and turn off to the left. It seems like as they come in, they're being rotated between different buildings. If you stay there long enough, you'll notice that there is a timing to this. It's about every 15 to 30 minutes they're coming in. And there's a decent amount of people coming with them.
Okay. Thoughts from everybody?
So the one that we exploded, do we have an idea of how big of a blast that was?
It was really, really big.
Okay. My thought is, if there's any section of them that's close enough, if we were to blow up one, even with the potential that these other ones are all explosive, which I don't know. And my thought is there a possibility that we could set up like a chain reaction? We blow up one and then that carries to the other buildings just by the sheer size of the blast.
With all the people near it?
Yeah, they're Prowler. Whatever. I mean,
Fuck them.
what have they ever done for us? Other than
Give me
these
some
cool
perception
slap
checks.
bracelets.
Give me perception checks.
Okay.
Or investigation.
Ooh, we get to pick?
A 19, finally. Finally, she rolls over a 10.
Was that a perception?
That was an investigation.
15 for perception.
So with your investigation, Byron looks and he's like, they don't look the same. And you're kind of digging deeper into it. You see that there are people who are walking wearing the Prowler badges that you all have now. But there are others who just look like random people. You notice that the people who are the randoms, they seem to be, they have their hand on the side of the cart, and they are just staying within close proximity of that cart.
Are they channeling some kind of magic? Is this some kind of like touch spell?
You don't even need to do Arcana. You can tell this is the same type of magic that was emanating from it before.
But I don't think we could figure out what that magic was, right? Because the blast went off, and the blast was like every kind of magic.
Everything. Yep.
Okay. Can we, to kind of answer the question of if they're all within close enough distance of each other, does it seem like if we were to explode one, are they close enough that there would be some kind of chain reaction that we could trigger, or is it like they're way too far apart?
You could, I mean, if they were coming through the gate, you wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know how far Shatter is. There is about 100 to 150 feet away. There is an area where they are parking some of them. So like I said, these carts are coming in. They are going over to one side, or they're coming up and going into another building. There are several of these carts in this one, for lack of a better word, parking structure kind of thing where they have these carts at.
Okay. So, if the concern is we need to be within range to cast Shatter, and we don't want to get caught up in multiple blasts, might I remind you that a certain someone took a certain arcane ballista from the assassins, and there was one that hadn't gone off, and it allows me to cast any one spell at double the distance, and I've been hanging on to it for a sneaky little rainy day, and I don't know, maybe today's that day.
That is definitely potential. We have one other ability that we can do as well. I can have my cast go off through Athena and I can have her fly out as well.
I mean, yeah, that's a good idea too, and it's probably more accurate or whatever.
No,
At
I'm just
various
saying, like,
points, both will be useful to us.
yeah. So
That-
It's fine. I've just been
here's my
saving. I've just been waiting for it. I'm just like, it'll come in handy eventually.
but here's my thought.
Keep it.
If we either use it for this or Aruma with double the distance while she's in the air type thing.
Yeah, yours we might want to save if we need it for like a big battle.
So just
Lisa's like, crush all my dreams. Why don't you?
That's fine. I love collaborative teamwork. I love thinking up
Logic strikes
thoughts.
again.
So would you have used Athena to fly around? Because you usually do that, right?
Yeah.
So let's.
Do you mean to get here?
No.
What do you mean?
Like,
To
Scope
scout.
out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry.
so here, let's do this. I'm going to bring you to this map so you can understand better what is going on.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
I just love hanging on to stuff. You never know when it's going to come in handy. Unspent ballista, got that in my inventory. Guess what else I still have? The skinned arms with the scorched palms brands seared into them. Don't know if we're gonna need those. Still got them. Torturer's tools that I picked up in whatever dungeon that was.
Why does this
Shut up.
map look familiar?
I don't know.
It is the factory that we ran in Arkmore.
So
Okay.
this is Victorian Apartment by Tarn the Fourth in Tales Bazaar,
Ooh.
and Mod City Factory with Conveyor Belt System by Brother Hanan.
yep.
Yeah, whatever.
Brother
Lord of-
Han.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's Tales Bazaar also. So this is this. They're both blended together. I added some other stuff to it, but these maps are awesome, and I did very, very little outside of just putting them together. So where you guys are seeing is that distance between that gate that you're at and the, like, if you can you see the light here?
Who are these for? we got a picket line.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
so
there's so, there we go.
See this
Okay.
light right here?
Yeah.
Keep following it. Keep following
yep,
it.
yep.
Keep following it. This is the area that you see. You would actually be to the east of that if you're looking at the compass on the bottom of the map, about 100 to 150 feet. Right. So
Okay.
out in the middle of the water. I just didn't want to build
Yeah,
an
yeah.
actual cityscape.
Yeah.
So that's where you all are at.
Okay.
So tell me what you want to do.
I'm sorry, those trucks are really entertaining looking, and I love it.
Okie dokie.
Well,
So
what
are
are
these
we-
cards the same as the other ones that we saw where they have like the things on the back that we can potentially sneak into? They've got like doors on the back of them. Are there any people that are walking behind the carts, or is it just people lining the sides?
I mean, so what you can see right here is see where my light's at right there in front of the front of the gate.
Yep.
Yeah. So there are people that are queued up and they're being taken in 5 or so at a time into the building.
these are the people that look not like Prowler, like weird, regular, not weird, like regular people.
Yep.
So they're using normal citizens to guard themselves. Wow.
Well, I mean, that makes that is probably the least problematic thing that this organization has done, to be honest with you. It's just like, yeah, I don't know, they're hiring people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
do we sneak in? Yeah, what do you want to do?
man, don't want to do a chain reaction explosion in case my father's like being held over the top of one.
Well,
Nyx is like, I'll just bring him back. Go ahead and wipe
I mean,
him.
it's fine. I've got the spell slots. Like, we're good.
I guess Byron will try and sneak.
Okay. So give me a stealth check.
23.
Okay. You are able to scale the fence and get over. If you're trying to like get over to this fence, you can get there. What are you trying to get to?
Yeah, I think I would try and move like back over in this area, just that way
Okay.
I'm not seen, but I'm in.
So you're in there, and while you're over there, you see that there is. I don't want to speak incorrectly here. You see there is one of those mechanical suits and a couple different people who are over there hanging out. There are, it looks like 4 other people who are over there, and you hear is like, all right, you'll all get a taste. Stay in line.
Oh.
And they take like 2 more people in, and he's like, "Yeah, keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch the trucks. You'll get enough back here." And you can, if you can see, Byron, you need to move your guy over, just so you can see this guy right here, the one that I'm clicking up and down on.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a few people back in this direction into this warehouse, and you can see all of that from over there. I don't know if you're going to do anything, but he spends about 3 or 4 minutes in there, and then he comes back out. Those people aren't there with him anymore. They're in the building. He's come back out.
I guess I will kind of move back to the group and just say, explain to them that they're basically giving taste test type information, like things happening. I don't know if we want to stop this or what.
I mean, I say we throw on a cheeky little disguise and we just sneak in with the group.
Fair enough. Byron will completely morph into a completely different individual.
Well, not all of us can do that, Byron.
I do have a disguise kit. I can help you.
Yes, please.
Okay. So Byron is going to try to change Maeve into, another individual. He'll put like white powder in her hair to kind of like tamp down the redness, and
Yeah, that hair is noticeable.
Give me like does the disguise head have a roll attached to it? If you could just do that.
it doesn't.
I forgot. Everywhere Maeve goes, everyone goes, "Oh, you're a Donnelly," so she really needs disguising.
Yeah.
You need to leave me behind. I understand.
No, I'm looking.
No, we said we were gonna split the party, and if we're doing it, we're not gonna do it.
I don't. Oh yeah, here we go.
How do I not have any kind of?
I rolled an 18.
Ooh,
Okay.
well done.
You have been doing this. You lick both your thumbs
And just
push
move your
hair-
elbows back.
Yeah, you push her hair
Her
back,
eyebrows.
and then you just you take out like a palette. And you're just like shwa, 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 and all of a sudden she looks like a different person.
I lick both fingers, and I'm like, here, I saw this, and I.
You pinky and pointing finger, and you push it back.
That was before Maeve's time.
Yep.
Thank goodness. Wow, am I suddenly attracted to you for doing? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so Nyx, what did you do?
I have a pair of nerdy glasses that I stole off of someone at one point, and is also one of the things that I've been hanging on in my inventory for ages. So Nyx is going to throw on a pair of glasses, and also she's not a ghost anymore.
That's what I was gonna say. You're no
So
longer.
I feel like totally different person, really.
Big
Yeah.
difference. Also, does she give off like big druid vibes with her 1 level now, which totally changes her whole aura? I mean,
She has
I
leaves.
feel like anybody who gives Nyx a vibe check at this point is going to be like, no, wait a second. Because she was giving off strong, like, Taurus vibes, and now all of a sudden, she's feeling very Aquarius. They're not going to know who she is. It's perfect.
Is that
On
crystal?
the way here, she bought 300 gold worth of crystals.
Yeah.
God, I wish that were me.
No, but okay. So what do you folks
Byron
gonna
pulls
do?
out a necklace and he's like, I've got a crystal on a
I
necklace.
don't trust the crystal that Byron wears.
It's all charged up
Okay.
if you want it.
No, unnecessary. Go home. I'm glad we're at the end of the night. I'm done. As soon as the JO crystal talk starts up, it's like game over.
What? I never said it was a JO crystal. Jeez.
The subcontext was there, sir. All
Hey.
right. I think that we're all more or less disguised. Yeah.
And what is
Looking
your plan
swanky?
to get into the?
We're
thing?
gonna
You're just just
sneak
walk?
into line, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get in line like any good civilian who loves a nice cold Prowler Cola.
All right, let's get some sneaking in since you guys are just sneaking in.
Is this sneaking? I think that we're just walking up like regular people.
I mean, that's Byron snuck over the fence.
Maeve would
I don't
walk
know,
behind
Byron
Nyx,
went back.
trying to like. And Maeve would walk behind Nyx, trying to like put her hands out to like keep her armor from clinking. You know what I mean? Just like
Just holding the pieces together, like pinching them close that they don't like rub up against each other.
Maeve would help
Thank you, Maeve.
Nyx.
This is women supporting women.
All right, well, so you get your help there, and Byron's just gone. He did a backflip over the fence.
I rolled an 18 for myself.
Okay, you two are good. What'd you get? What'd you get?
And that's funny. I got a nat 20. It's okay. It all worked out.
All three of you get across the fence. The guards who were over there must have been sleeping, but you guys are like ninjas and you get into line. The line's not very long right now. There's probably 5 or 6 people in front of you. And this guy keeps coming by and he's like, come on, let's go. And he's just taking people back. And finally, you all get to the front. And you can see there's those other people who were there. And there's that big mech-looking thing. And he says, finally, they're giving me a break. It looks like after you 3, I'll be able to finally go get a pint. And he signals for the 3 of you to go to the back. He's taking you back. You walk past all these trucks that are parked, and you come into a giant warehouse. As you guys walk into the warehouse, you see that there are 3 people there, and they have their hands out. I'm sorry, there's 4 people there, and they have their hands out, and they are trying to touch this giant crystal. And there are 2 other air quotes workers there, just kind of overseeing what's going on. And as the 3 of you get up there, give me perception checks.
20.
5.
7.
Okay. Maeve and Nyx, you are turned off by the fact that these people are clearly junkies. They're jonesing for something. But Byron, what you see is the person in the front, in the very, very front, right,
Mhm.
is touching these crystals. No longer there. Just disappears.
Is that happening with every single one of the people that are touching the crystals?
As you're getting closer, you are the only one that notices it as you're getting there. And yeah, by the time that you arrive, there's nobody there anymore.
Does it look like... Can I tell if these people are being transported or if...
Give me an Arcana check.
18.
And what did you roll again? I'm sorry.
18?
For your original perception check.
20.
So as you come around, you see this, and you also this character over here that has the sword on the left. you see him picking up clothes and taking them away. And you can see that the magical essence that was there is no longer in the people. It's in the crystal before them.
I need you to dumb that down for me a little bit further.
Yep.
So it's
The
in
people that were there
uh-huh.
had all of their essence sucked out of them, and they were drawn into this crystal.
Okay.
Yes.
So less
Yep.
transporty and more prison.
Mm-hmm. More, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And so there's two people still standing there essentially.
And the guy who was with you, and he's like, come on, let's go. I told you I want that pint. You'll get a taste. It's right over here. Best Varas blood you've ever had. And he's gonna be like, this is Filbert. He'll take care of you.
I just look at the other two and say, hopefully this doesn't explode us.
And that is where we're going to end tonight. So that happened, and I'm going to take a week and think about that and see how this turns out. We really appreciate everyone that's been here. I apologize that I started off a little rocky, but then we came in clutch with some murder possibly next week, and
I believe it's pronounced murder.
Yeah, baby.
So we really appreciate all of you. Kite Sage, sorry I didn't get a chance to use your inspiration, but that's all right.
Let him forward it on.
Okay, carry over. You get inspiration for the following week that you can use next week. We really appreciate you all and are happy to have you with our little family here. And like I said, please don't forget, we're coming to the end of this. So pretty soon you get to meet some new characters.
Yeah, get a Discord chat and tell us what you're looking forward to about campaign 2.
Well, and campaign 1 and 9/16 or whatever we're calling Rob's little interlude.
Mini
he's
session,
gonna be
yeah.
running. Yeah, I'm super stoked to be a character. I'm going to chaos everything everywhere. So anyway, I'm rambling. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, guys. Bye.